Pacific International in 2000 after being crowned Femina Miss India Asia Pacific 2000. She made her debut with Rehna Hai Dil Mein in 2001. She has done remarkable work in films including Thus, Lagera Munna Bhai and Sanju among many others. She has also produced some amazing movies and web series. She has been involved with Cancer Patients Aid Association and Spastic Society of India and has worked extensively with the government of Andhra Pradesh to spread HIV awareness and prevention of female feticide. She also took initiative with Book Deke Dekho, a campaign by Radio Mirchi initiated to collect books from the underprivileged children. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ms. Dia Mirza.
Good evening, friends.
Good evening, friends. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to launch this book in Ahmedabad a few days ago. And obviously, before launching the book, I read the book. And I have some thoughts to share about the book with all of you. I hope you'll all read it because as a woman, I found a lot of inspiration in the book and also found a lot of deep connections, meaningful connections with so many of her experiences, which I think we share. ये ऐसी किताब है जो one basic question that everybody would ask is why would anybody want to tell their life story? I guess because human beings have created a world that is completely and entirely moved by stories. And every single one of us has a powerful story. And there are a few fortunate ones like Dr. Manjula Shah, whose story gets told. And not for no reason. Her story has been told for good reason. She herself has acknowledged the fact that she hopes that young people and everybody who reads the book discovers that the one thing that guided her and continues to guide her in life is her own inner voice. And that for me was the most powerful, part of this narrative, because wherever she was challenged by life, by circumstance, by situation, she always counted on her own unique voice, which has paved her story, but also has made her story authentic and real, and her story is her own entirely. It's one that she has crafted for herself in life. और बहुत कम औरतों को मौका मिलता है ये कहने का और ये करने का, because something or the other always dictates and determines how our life should be led. But in her case, she's been fortunate enough to always decide how she wanted to move forward and which direction she wanted to go in. I'm going to use this opportunity to read a few excerpts, my favorite parts from the book. Of course, they're favorite because of many reasons, but I think they also kind of give us all insight into what this book is about. What's nice about this book is, of course, it's 19 chapters, but आप कोई भी पेज खोल के उतना हिस्सा पढ़ के किताब रख सकते हैं. आजकल लोग पूरी किताब पढ़ने में people feel lazy. Most people don't do it. I love reading a full book, but a lot of people don't do it, which is fine. So for people like that, they can open to any page and read a section and find something meaningful, find something beautiful, find something that resonates with them deeply. So there's this chapter called Homing In, and this is a part where she talks about looking back. Some incidents that change you forever. They weaken you or strengthen you depending on their immediacy, their time and situation. She speaks about losing her mother at a very young age and how that impacted her. I'm going to read out an excerpt from this section. Somewhere I realized I would have to live on my own terms and shape my life in a way my mother would be proud of. I wanted to do something meaningful. This desire often drove me from one step to another. I wanted to prove my worth and be everything that my mother could not be. She was like a beautiful porcelain doll kept inside a palace, meant only to follow, never to lead or take tough decisions. Somewhere that generated the strength and drive in me to go out there into the world and live a real life, one that was in sharp contrast to hers. It was mentioned very briefly that Dr. Manjula Shroff comes from the royal family in Odisha, and obviously there was many diktats. She doesn't talk about too many of them, but I'm sure there were many things, rules, regulations that the women of the family would have to follow. Her mother followed each of them. She did too, but not at the cost of losing herself. And I think that is the most powerful part about her journey, that she was willing to respect traditions, respect family, but not ever do it if it was disallowing her from becoming the woman that she was meant to be. है कि नहीं? इन्होंने ना अपना पैलेस छोड़ के ये दिल्ली में रहने चली गई अपने दोस्तों के साथ, और जिंदगी में पहली बार लोकल बसेस पे ट्रैवल करने लगी। कोई रास्ता नहीं है, तब तो गूगल मैप्स भी नहीं थे, कोई रास्ते का ठिकाना नहीं था। ये तो कभी इनको बताना भी नहीं पड़ता था कि किसी को कि कहाँ जाना है, सबको पता होता था और सीधे डेस्टिनेशन ले चले जाते थे। इमेजिन लिविंग इन झुग्गीज in Delhi after Barsatis, after living in a palace and finding her way. Very deeply altering experience, and I think it did her a lot of good, as terrifying as it was, because I think that was the first time in life where she realized कि अगर आगे बढ़ना है किसी भी इंसान को तो डर के साथ आपको दोस्ती करनी होगी, and you have to do whatever you really believe you need to do despite the fear. Should I read out working women working with women? Okay. Being a woman, and I'm sure a lot of women in the audience here will recognize this. Being a woman and a working woman, I have naturally come across both men and women co-workers at all levels. I have seen women in government sectors, in higher offices, as social workers and organization leaders. Women indeed are a compassionate lot. In my area of work, I have enjoyed ideating, planning and executing various projects with women and often been pleasantly surprised by their drive and involvement. It is true women are natural multitaskers and play their part with sincerity. Their diligence and ability to be good managers makes it a smooth sail when situations get challenging, when deadlines come calling. At some time, there are women who one needs to watch out for, the kind who are consumed and driven by negativity. This is when one realizes it takes all kinds to make the world, but what goes for both genders is that men can be sugar-coated and dual-faced too. The sooner one understands and works around this with magnanimity, the easier the ride will be. I think it's a very honest thing to say. We have all kinds of people in our lives.